filament shortages, a Bitcoin-powered heatbed, and infinite Y on a P1S. Hi, I'm STL Denise, and this is all the news that's fit to 3D print. The war in Iran is not only making gas prices jump for your car and everything else that gets shipped around, but it could also directly impact the price and availability of your favorite 3D printing filaments. While PLA is made from organic materials, the lactic acid of polylactic acid is fermented sugar. Most other filaments start with fossil fuels. The good news for American buyers is that U.S. chemical companies making oil-based plastic feedstock get their raw materials from domestic shale. However, filament made in Asia or Europe depend on that Middle Eastern oil for their raw ingredients. But since the market is very global, the days of cheap plastic may be wavering for all of us. A lot of grumbling about filament shortages have come from Bambu Lab fans, especially when it comes to PETG and ABS, which are oil-based filaments. But these complaints go back to Q4 2025 and could be more seasonal. Between the release of the H2C in November, tons of newbies getting A1s for Christmas and then stocking up on materials, and all of China taking a holiday for the Lunar New Year, well, shortage in stock is bound to happen. But not to worry, we're getting reports that Bambu Lab is bringing their filament production in-house so they can better meet demands for their customers. Just remember, when you're shopping for filament, your printer doesn't care what brand you feed it, as long as the quality is good and the spool fits. Be adventurous. Drop a comment below and let us know where you get your plastic. We all know the economy is pretty rough out there, but before you start making fidgets for the farmer's market, we found a guy who's got an interesting new twist on how to make money with a 3D printer. A dude named Pizza Andy has made a 3D printer that uses the power of bit mining to heat its bed. His prototype is a modified Voron Zero with chips yanked out of a coffee maker, converted to mine Bitcoin. The design is pretty clever, and if he needs more heat, he tells the rig to mine faster, and when he needs less, it mines slower. Now that he has a proof of concept, he plans to make modular heatbed tiles similar to what we see on the Prusa XL that could snap together and form a 250 by 250 bed for larger machines. His Voron Zero only makes a few cents a day, but when it's scaled up to use in a print farm, it could be enough to make sure those printers earn their keep. If you're into Bitcoin, I'll link to the interview down below. Some interesting new tech has made an appearance at TCT Asia, a 3D printing expo that just wrapped up in China. Utron posted a video of a belted Bambu Lab P1S that he found on the showroom floor. I don't have a lot of details, but it looks like a conveyor belt made out of strips of metal build plates, and it's roughly the size of the original P1S heated bed. He said there's no need to change the G code. We'd suggest they're using it as an auto print remover rather than an infinite Y printer. I'm sure that with a little tweaking, though, someone's going to come up with that very soon. Sam Prentice gave us a sneak peek of the FlashForge Creator 5 Pro, a 4-head, fully enclosed tool changer with a 256 by 256 bed and a boxy AMS sitting alongside it. Tool changers are going to be really hot this year. If you want one right now, the Snapmaker U1 is out of Kickstarter and it can be picked up for $849. In fact, people are so excited to get their hands on the Bondtech mod that convert a Prusa Core 1 into a tool changer that they crash the site trying to place their orders this week. Sadly, the first 1,000 indexes are going to go to early birds who put money down for a Founders Edition way back in December. The rest of us are just going to have to wait a little bit longer. But Prusa said they're going to get the index on their site as a Core 1 upgrade this spring. But what if you're not ready to throw out all your poop-producing printers for something new? Then maybe a home filament maker is worth looking into. Boston-based Loop updated their progress on a revolutionary new consumer-grade all-in-one desktop filament recycler. They've partnered with their local makerspaces, libraries, and nonprofits to feed the prototype with real-world samples of print waste. We don't know too much about this machine yet, other than it's got a blender on one side and an extruder on the other. They say it's going to launch sometime this year, and if you want one, you can head to the website and put down a $100 deposit to lock in a launch day price of $14.99 for this device. But Loop better hurry up because Creality is working on their desktop filament recycler, the M1. It's very similar in premise, but the shredder is a separate machine, so you can buy either the whole system or just the extruder or just the shredder or a couple of each, whatever. I should point out that neither one of these machines are truly original, so let's not get into an argument about copycats down in the comments. We've had desktop filament makers for years, with things like the Italian do-it-yourself Evo extruder starting off as a college project way back in 2014. Now, I've signed up to review one of Creality's beta units, so I should be able to drop a sneak peek in April if everything goes as planned. If you're ready to dive in with both feet, Creality is running their own crowdfunding site, and you can put your deposit down right now. $8.99 will put you on the VIP list, which is almost 50% off the retail price when those units go on sale. Either one of these machines are going to take a while to pay for itself, but considering that an industrial desktop extruder is way larger and so much more expensive, I think the Loop or the Creality M1 is going to be worth adding to your workshop, especially if you're running even a modest size print farm. And finally, let me leave you with the Henrietta, a chocolate egg laying chicken. Easter is just a few weeks away, which means there's plenty of time to 3D print a whole basket of Easter goodies for those who celebrate. So that's the news for this week. I'm SDL Denise, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy printing!